And we are live. Welcome, everyone, to the Connected for Real podcast show, live, whatever we call this. We've decided to go live surprise because we haven't been here for a while. And Leah had an idea to go behind the scenes and get you guys to ask me any questions. And Leah's going to be your interviewer for today. Leah's a friend of mine, and she's also the founder of Emunah Inspired, and she is absolutely an inspiration herself. So, Leah, tell us a little bit about you, and then ask me any questions.
So, Emunah Inspired is a products-based company to sell products that inspire. And I wanted to talk to you because you have kind of this double background because you're involved in, Shalom Bayis, and that's all about environment. And then you're also an artist. So I just want to get your input and see what you think would be inspirational and what you find inspires you. And that's going to be part of the interview series that's coming up.
Ooh, an interview series, by the way. Make sure you follow Leah because she is amazing. And she's going to keep you posted about her new series of all these amazing interviews. Okay, what inspires me is flowers. I love nature. I love flowers. I love greenery. I love plants. I love plants.
Beautiful.
I think I got it from my mother and her mother. It's just like a thing. Um,
And grapes.
and
What's with
grapes.
the grapes?
So we have
Behind the scenes.
we have a grapevine like right outside by our entrance.
Cool.
And when it starts
Growing. Yeah.
budding and growing and flourishing, it is the most fascinating, inspiring, like, it flutters. I actually feel excited right now. The little
Wow.
tiny dots, when it starts, it looks like a
Mm-hmm.
line with a bunch of lines that come out. It's just like a dot. It looks like the seeds come first, like, it's
That's
just
so
seed.
cool.
And then it starts to, like, blow up and blow up and blow up, and then suddenly it's this gorgeous, huge, and, like, they're organic, they're growing right here. So they're, like, coming down, and they're huge, and
Oh
they're
my gosh.
gorgeous, and they're sweet, and they're see-through. That's how you know they're ready is, like, when the sun hits,
Mm-hmm.
they they're just so beautiful. So, when I was starting, my daughter took a picture of me holding the grapes.
Hold on one second. Sorry. Oh, come on. All right. Bye. Yeah, go ahead. Behind the scenes, we get phone calls and texts. Yes. Anyway,
Yes,
tell
we
me more about the
do.
grapes.
Anyway, so my daughter took a gorgeous picture of me holding the grapes, and she's like, "This is the picture you have to use,"
That's
and
awesome.
you cannot say no to a teenager. So, I
Well, it
really
fits with marriage and home and all of those.
so there's a verse in Psalms that speaks
Mhm.
about, your wife is like a vineyard that, produces all this beautiful, uh,
Grapes.
grapes, I guess.
Hmm.
I don't know exactly. It's like running in my head now, trying to put it together, the words. But anyway, so it just feels right because the grapes to me represent like a grapevine represents the wife in the marriage.
Right.
And that sort of works in my mind,
That's
everything works
awesome.
out. It's just, in here.
That's awesome.
But
So
yeah,
I am going to ask you a question that you can think about until we get to our interview. If there were a created product that would somehow capture that feeling that you get from those grapes, what would that be? So think about it. We'll ask you in a week or two when we interview you. But
okay.
that's
Okay.
what my goal is. That's what my goal is. You can have a notebook and you can use the notebook, but I want you to feel great and inspired just by looking at that notebook. That's what I want to do. So that's going to be my question for you.
I love
Anyway,
it.
tell
I
me about
love
your retreat.
Okay, my retreat's starting on Monday. I'm very excited
Woohoo.
about it. It's called the Marriage Breakthrough Retreat. And it's a 7-day free retreat where I walk everyone through my calm method, which is the method that I created when I looked back at how I got from being really resentful and annoyed with my husband. Like, it's not fair that I have to do all the work and I have to be the good one. And, I can't succeed because I have to worry about not stepping on your toes and all these things that I was thinking in my head. And
Mhm.
they were very real at the time. How I got from that to like, being all Rebbetzin and on in everybody's face, and my husband's super supportive, and now it's like we're totally a team, and it's amazing. He makes me breakfast. It's really fun.
Oh, wow.
How did we do that?
Let's
And
go to
it was
that retreat.
yes, everybody should come to that retreat. Your husband will start making you breakfast. No, just kidding. I cannot promise that. But what I can promise is that you're going to connect to yourself in a very amazing new way. You're also going to connect to Hashem, God, and to your husband. So that's
Right.
the goal, right? So day
Right.
1 is connect to yourself. Day 2 is ask for abundance. So it's really connect to God. And
Mhm.
then day 3 is connect to your husband. Listen for the answer. That's what the L is for. And so calm method is connect to yourself, ask for abundance, listen for the answer, and master a higher level of consciousness. That's
I
the
like that.
calm method.
There you
Yes,
go.
because if you just leave it at that, it's gonna be really sad. You have to make sure to use it as fuel for, to move you forward, and we're constantly moving up. If you're not moving up, you're moving down, so it's a little scary. You gotta be moving up. That's our goal. But then I couldn't leave it at 4 days because everybody wants to know how to improve their intimacy. So day 5 is enhance your intimacy.
Got
And
it.
we're talking emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, or really do a really great job at handling that in a very delicate way, which I'm very proud of because I was feeling really annoyed that nobody else was doing it that way. And
Mhm.
when you have that, then you're like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Um, and it's been really beautiful. And
That's
then day
great.
6 is design the atmosphere in your home
Yay.
because that's the biggest other thing is like, how do I change what's happening around me? Like you're saying with the external, but also with just like the feelings. Like, I don't want to be able to walk in and feel that, ooh, that you could cut with a knife, you know?
Right.
So how do we design the atmosphere in the home to be the way that you like it?
Aside from
The last
extra cleaning lady hours.
yeah. Always have cleaning lady. Actually, we were just talking about that. I told my husband I really want somebody to come and clean, and he was like, "Why do we need that? We're doing fine." It's like, okay, okay, we still have some work to do. But we have a cleaning girl that comes every Friday and she does like a reset before
That's great.
before Shabbos. So I know that every week everything is being cleaned, except I really would like something deeper. But my husband doesn't understand why. Um,
Yet.
that's a little behind the scenes for you. Um, the retreat is a 7-day retreat, but it has a break in the middle for Friday and
Mhm.
Saturday where we go off and we just
Great.
implement and then we come back. Oh, and I didn't tell you that day 7 was questions and answers and bringing it all together.
Oh, that's great.
So there is a day where we just, pull it all together and make it all, beautiful bow. My goal with this, people ask me why it's free. It's super valuable. It's probably the most valuable thing I ever did, and also for me, for myself, just like once I created it, I was like mind blown that I could actually do such a thing. Um, I teach it all for free, no strings attached, because I want to bring God's presence home. I want to bring it home to yourself. I want to bring it home to your home. I want to bring God's presence home to his home. It is so aligned for me to be able to give this to everyone because I see the results. Over
Mhm.
500 women, could you believe it? 500 women
That's a lot.
have taken my retreat and the
You just
results.
started like 3 years ago, no? 2, 3 years ago?
Yes.
Wow.
Could you believe 500 women went
Women,
through the
wow, that's
retreat or
amazing.
more? I'm not gonna give you
Yeah.
the exact numbers because I don't know them, but like it's like 500 and something women.
Mhm.
And
That's a
the
lot.
results are amazing. There's people calling me and writing emails and giving me updates. There's a lady who started her own business because she was holding herself back, which was really sweet. there's a lady who wasn't talking to her husband, and in
Mhm.
the middle of the retreat, she decided to go upstairs and just start talking to him, and they had an amazing conversation, and when I spoke to her recently, she's like, "You don't know, but, like, we have a really good marriage now," and I was like, there's
Okay.
okay, so part of the retreat, there's another behind the scenes. Part of the retreat is that you get a free call with me, a one-on-one 15-minute call where we could just like talk about anything and you can ask
That's
me anything.
amazing.
So it's fascinating how much you can get done in those 15 minutes. And a
Mhm.
lot of the women are telling me like a year later or 6 months later that that 15 minutes made them decide to choose their marriage, prioritize it, and actually do something about it. It
That's
makes
amazing.
me so happy. That makes me so happy, and that's why I do it, because I believe everybody deserves to have a good marriage, and everybody deserves to love their life, and everybody deserves to be, free to shine, and you don't have to choose. Like, that's the big thing, right? We believe that if we invest in our marriage, we end up having to, pay a price with our marriage, and or did I say marriage and marriage?
Limit
Whatever.
yourself in other ways. Limit
Right.
your
With
business.
marriage.
Limit your extracurricular. Limit whatever it might be.
It's you never have to pay a price for doing God's will, right? So you just have to get in line with God's will and be like, "What do you want me to do?" He wants you to be married and he wants you to shine. That's why you're
Right.
here. So there is no reason why you have to choose. And a lot of women feel really, really stuck because we have this thing that we have to choose. I don't know who invented that, but there's a thing that we all feel that we can't do it all.
Right.
And we can. And every time I get stuck in that, I just turn to God and I'm like, "Okay, what do you want? What, like, guide me?" Because I know it has to be a win-win.
Mhm.
God does not do this whole like lose thing. You don't ever have to pay a price for doing God's will.
Right.
So
Awesome.
that's why I'm doing it. That was a
Awesome.
little
Thank
bit.
you so much. This was great.
Yes, you're welcome.
What
People who
time is it
sign
going to
up.
be? What time?
Oh, okay. So this time I'm doing it at noon Israel time, which
Interesting.
means that
We have to get
Eastern.
up early.
Yes, it's 5 a.m. Eastern for all you Americans. There
Well,
are
we'll watch the
there are
replay.
yeah, their replay will be sent to all the people who sign up, um, and it also opened up the time zones for Europe and Australia.
Nice.
And that's really great
Yeah,
because all
Australia.
this time, all these amazing Australians were just
They've
like,
been up at
"It's
3
in
in the
the middle
morning.
of the yes, the middle of the night. I don't know what to do." And it's like,
Right.
"I'm sorry." But I did it 4 times at 8 p.m. Israel just to accommodate the Americans, and I realized
Mhm.
that it's really hard for me to do 7 days
Right.
in a row of 8 p.m. So
I have one
I just
request. Can
yes.
you do one the question and answer day? Can you do an extra one for the Americans that one day?
Wow. I never got asked that, but you know what? I think just for you, I will. I will add a
Only
question
if other
and
people
answer.
want it.
You know what? It's a great question. I think I can do it. I'll put it in my calendar.
Cool.
I'll do it either like the last day or the day after when the replays are being taken down on Wednesday.
Okay.
So I think I'll do it Tuesday night.
Awesome.
So that oh my goodness. Yes, Yafa says she's in. Yeah.
There you go.
But
Awesome.
you see that? If you don't ask, you don't receive.
Right.
I would never have thought to do that.
Very
That's
cool.
good. That's a great Leah gets all the credit, people. Everybody who's going to be thanking Leah, do it. Do it right now. And this is the behind the scenes of why we have, 8 PM questions and answers on
Yes,
Tuesday.
exactly. All right.
I love it. That's a
Thank you
great
so
request.
much.
Thank
That
you.
was
I
really
look
great.
forward to, being interviewed by you, and I will think
Mhm.
about that. I actually already have a vision of what I want, and now
Good. Cool.
I'm, like, excited about it. So I'm gonna keep it a secret until the interview.
Awesome. Fantastic.
I love it. Thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you, Yafa Mayers, for being here. Look, she sent us a really cute, uh
Aw.
yeah, she's an amazing person. I'm very excited, and I look forward to seeing you both at 8 o'clock on Tuesday.
Yay.
Well, make sure you sign up because you're not going to find out about it unless
I
you
think
sign
I'm
up.
signed up already, but yes, absolutely,
So
and everyone will
that's
sign up. Cool.
yes. Here's
There
here's
you
the
go.
link for all those of people who are wondering. And thank you both for coming. And thank you for asking your question.